Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this one I'm still not very sure of what I want to do, to be honest, because there are quite a few things to be done. Uh, for example, we have the configuration files that I'm still not sure if I want to have it as JSON or simple conf files or something else. Um, I've also been thinking about ditching this base.age, at least the implementation test, because after some pondering, I think that C23 or C11 standard, they don't really add anything special to the C language, to be honest. At least that I need, right? I don't really need any of that. And they kind of are, well, I was going to say that they are kind of a distraction, but I also allowed myself to be distracted by those things, right? So these kinds of features like this type of and the generic keyword and things like that, I tried to play with them for quite a and wasted quite a bit of time, right? So I'm not really going to say that they are a distraction, but they distract me, right? So I think in the future I'm just going to go back to C99 and stick with it, so I don't get distracted, to be honest. But yeah, so what can I do? So today I can probably then start working on ditching C23. Probably I think that's what I want to do. So in the previous episode we programmed quite a few interesting things, to be honest. So we basically now have these massive vertical structures that are like caves, you know. So we have like these interesting caves, and we also, let me decrease zoom, so like 5. And we also added this midpoint displacement thingy for the stone layer, right? For the stone layer. We also changed this behavior of these stone blobs in the dirt layer, but to be honest, I think I'm just going to delete them because I don't really like them. So if I delete this, how is the world going to be generated? Okay, so this is basically the world. This is too much stuff. Let me just increase the size, and I also want them probably slightly smaller, 256, let's say. So yeah, this is more or less what we currently have. In the world of 256 blocks or tiles wide, we get this kind of stuff, which is already pretty decent, I would say, pretty decent. But yeah, so why do I want to ditch C99 now? Because I want to change this build.c file to have something more interesting. I can call it DU for Dear Universe, because I basically want to have commands that look like this, right? So I can have something like, for example, I can just call Dear Universe, and then I can say run, and I can run the client or something like that, you see? And then I can pass other flags into the client's executable. And to do that, I don't want to do that with the C23 data structure. I want to do that with C99 data structures. And besides that, I also want to have hot reloading. So I can have something like run dev or something like that, and this is going to run the development executable or something like that. And this is basically going to allow auto reloading. I think that's also going to be fun once we have configurations. And I can also something like release, right? And this is going to build a release version. And so since I want to have this like more complex stuff, I should probably start working on, yeah, ditching this kind of stuff. So we can just reuse. For now, I think we're just going to have, let me think, probably I can call it slice, right? So this is going to be my slice, and I can just copy paste. It's going to be very easy refactoring because this is mostly just copy and paste. So where is my array? Did I look at array? Oh, this is the array. So we are no longer going to have for each because that's not really possible in C29, but C99, but that's not really a big problem, to be honest. So we can just have the guard slice age slice age and so I also don't care about this obtain. This is too convoluted. And now array grow can probably, well, to be honest, this could almost be a function. Even if I have like type here, let me put this as a slice. Right, so declare slice, and this is going to declare a slice. We are no longer going to have options in the collection. This is really fun and stuff, but it's hard to maintain, and it's not really doesn't give me that much improvement in relation to manually managing the allocator. To be honest, I can manage the allocator manually without any problem. Right, so let me think. I'm thinking about having this entire thing inside inside a function and ditch the macros completely. Not really completely because we are still going to need macros, but yeah, why not? This is probably going to be fun for this episode to do something like that. So let's say we have size t. Here I actually need, since we have size t, I need standard def, right? Standard def. This is from C99, I think, but I need to check that. Well, let me quickly check that. Right, but I'm going to suppose it's like a cert or something, right? So I'm going to suppose this is from the very beginning. Yeah, that's standard def, basically standard def exists from the very beginning. So yeah, so we can just use size t here, and then we can say something like array appends, right? And this is going to have an underscore before it, so we can actually have a macro, because here we're going to have a void. Well, do I want, yeah, so we're going to have a void data, void pointer data, then we need a void pointer to length and a pointer to capacity, and then I need size t with element size, right? Element size, and I need a void pointer with elements. Well, but this does not, yeah, this is not really useful, because then I need to always pass variables, right? I cannot really pass literals, because then this is then going to blow up, right? So I think I'm just going to have array grow, probably. Well, this is actually slice grow. So by having this like this is probably, yeah, that's probably better. And now this can be a pointer, a void, right? So I can have slice grow. Cool. Why is this complaining that? I don't know. So here, do I want to have this on the roots? Yeah, I probably can have this on the roots. So if I do this and then I include, well, I don't need to include anything. Or do I can include slice.h. Cool. So here I basically need to grow the slice, and to do that I can just copy this, right, and okay, so let me remove all of this now. Okay, so if the length is less than the capacity, we can simply return. Cool. Then this is for what? Oh, this is for realloc. Right, we also need some kind of allocator. Well, I can use the standard stuff for now. Yeah, why not? So let me include not standard def, standard lib actually. And I need to think about how to add support for allocators in the future, but okay. So what does realloc need actually? Oh, this is a pointer to a pointer, right? I must not forget it. Right. So realloc needs the new size. It just needs the new size. Okay, so I don't need any of these for now. Right, I don't need any of that. So here the value of capacity is going to be equal to the value of capacity equals 0, then 1, otherwise double it, right? And the new size in bytes is equal to the capacity times the element size. I don't need any of that. So this is oh, I don't need the element here. This is actually wrong, so remove element from here, and here I can just put the new size in bytes, and that's it I think. Right, yeah, that's basically it. So here I don't need any of that, so we just simplified a lot of stuff, and here I just need to call, so this is a slice, right? So I just need to call the slice with the data, and this needs to be a pointer. Then I need to call the slice with the length, same thing, pointer, and then, well, I can just copy paste this. This is the capacity, and then for the element size I just need to do size of, and then slice data, that, right, something like that. Cool, so that's basically everything. So now we shouldn't generate that many instructions because we don't have that much copy paste code. Actually, don't have copy paste code at all, right? Because I think in theory this do while 0 is going to be thrown away at compile time, at least if the compiler is smart enough, right? So I think that's basically it. So here I just need to put slice instead of array, and here same thing, so slice. Cool, so we basically have this slice now, right? We basically have the slice now. So here let me don't use this, so I can probably just use slice.age, and I don't want to use any of that. Here I can just declare a slice for my command, right? Here I'm going to use GCC. Here I don't, well, I still depend on, or do I? No, I don't think I depend on C23 for the client itself, so I can just do C99 standard. Yeah, probably. So this is the include folder, the link stuff, raylib, libuv. Here we currently don't support allocators for the C99 version, so yeah, we're just going to leak memory. Doesn't matter, to be honest, right? Doesn't matter. And this is not array append, this is slice append. slice append, and here we're just going to leak memory, not a big deal. So do I still need demo? Yeah, I can probably just delete demo. I don't need that anymore, and this can be deleted as well. Right, let's try to make this as compact as possible. Probe is also probably not needed, so this client is needed, probe is not needed. Right, so I can just delete this, and the server is also needed, of course. Now to execute the commands, I can just say get the commands, then I have this C string size, and here I can just use the normal for, right, let's just say for size t I equals 0, I is less than cmd dot length I plus plus. Well, I could even use, to be honest, I could even use, because then here, let's just say cmd data I could probably place this stuff in a macro, but I don't know if that's really beneficial. We can just type it, right? It doesn't really matter. And this is a C string, we can just use malloc, and we just malloc it like that. Cool. Now we need to traverse the array once again. To do that, we just do this, and then the length is calculated the same way. This is the index, this is the pointer, like this, and then everything is the same. Cool, let me print cmd, and yeah, that's it, I think. Cool, so here we don't need any of these, we don't need any allocators, and here I just want the client and the server, and here we just call that. Cool, so now if I recompile, let me just compile it with GCC, so GCC standard equals C99, and I pass it cmd, okay, what am I doing? Cmd dear universe. So this has an undefined reference to slice grow, and that's, yeah, that makes sense. So should I make this an header only library, or I'm thinking maybe not. So I can just say, well, include that, actually make the executable this name, and here I can just include everything that is inside app, probably. So here we have conflicting types. Why is that? Oh, because it's pointer to pointer, yes. So here I need that. And now this is complaining because this is pointer. Oh, so it complains because, okay. Okay, so I can just cast it. Not a big deal. As long as we know what we are doing, it's not really a big deal, I think. Yeah, so it compiled. We can even use pedantic just to make sure. Right, yeah. So it just compiled, and now if I do dear universe, let me delete all of this trash here. Right, so if I delete this, and if I do dear universe execute, it currently okay. Oh, right, because it compiled more stuff than it needed. So one easy fix for that is to just say something like this. So at the very end, we just put a terminator, right? Oh, I need to recompile this. Okay, and this now compiles. Okay, but this just compiles the client. Why is it not compiling the server? Is this command correct? So the client, the last thing it imports is the libuv stuff for the client and the libuv stuff for the client. LDG. Okay, that seems correct, I think. And this is printing the correct thing, I think. That is very strange. So if I don't execute this command, is it going to execute the correct one, or what's going on? If I need to know. Okay. So the server needs stuff. Wait. So I didn't know the server imported. Why does the server? Oh, because it needs pool. Right. What time is it? Let me think. Yeah, I think I have time to do that. I can do it now. Okay, so can have a pool.age and a pool.c. And here actually I just need to, I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. Here. Yeah, so basically, well, I don't really feel like converting this right now, to be honest. So I can just delete this and I can remove the dependency. Yeah, so I can do that, and I don't need any of these. And here I can just use malloc, right? I can just use malloc, doesn't matter. Okay, it's fine. We can use pull when we start working on the server. So yeah, we can focus on whatever we wanted to do. Okay, so this compiled the server now. This did in fact compile the server. So if I do something like that, why does it crash or something? So it printed this, but after that didn't. I can say something like okay, yes, just to know what is going on. Yeah, it never prints okay. So there is something wrong with this system stuff. This does exist, yeah. It is part of the standard lib. Right, so what's the deal? Right, what's the deal? But that didn't print this. So if I don't print that, oh, of course, because I need to recompile my stuff. Okay, so it printed okay here. Does it print okay here? Let's see. Compile. No, it doesn't print okay. So yeah, that's strange. So this C string should be properly initialized. It does have everything it needs. Well, another thing I could use is probably memset. And can memset this with that for that amount, right? Or maybe we just don't have enough probably I'm allocating one. No, I'm allocating enough, right? Because if I always add one, we're going to have one left at the very end. Let's see. Okay, it now printed something. So yeah, it still has some random stuff in it. Let me say something. So I have a printf that and that. So if I print a C string size and the index, what kind of stuff? Probably something like with overflow or something. Yeah, 200, 200. So yeah, we need one extra thing. You can start at 1, right? Because yeah, you can start at 1. So this should now actually work. Let's see. Yeah, it worked. Okay. So it was a thing to do with overflow, and we don't need to mem set it. We actually can just in theory do this, and here we can just set the last one to be the null character. Okay, it's now compiling. Cool. So okay, so the next thing I want to do is to introduce the concept of probably a pin folder, right? So we can put our executables inside a binary folder, and here I probably just can do something like in that, right? So this should probably work. Same thing here. So here if I delete this and now I execute my that, I actually need to recompile it. Must not forget that. Cool. And no, okay, I recompile it, and if I execute it, okay, now it is inside the binary folder. Okay. And why do I need that? Because now if I support commands, right? So if I support commands, let me have a function something like void shift args, and this is going to accept a pointer to argc and pointer to argv, and this is the same as a triple pointer, right? So I can assert that the value of argc is greater than 0, right? Then I can say that the result, yeah, I probably want to return the thing. Yeah, this needs to be that, because I don't think C supports the other stuff, so we can do that, right? So we can do result is equal to the value of argv, right, the current value of argv. Then I can increment the pointer of argv, and I can also increment argc, and then I can return the results. Cool. So here I can ignore the first argument, because this is the program itself, right? Can ignore the first argument. Well, I can say, well, yeah, just to be explicit that we are actually ignoring it. Then I want the command, so I can say char pointer commands. So this is going to be the same thing, right? And then, so I can have something like this, right? So do I have yeah, I include string. Cool. So I can say str compare. Here I can pass the command, and if the command is build, I do something. If the command is run, I do something else. Right, I do something else, and else I can just throw an error saying unknown commands, and we can just say that. Okay. Cool, so if the command is build, okay, we can check one thing. So if argc is greater than 0, well, yeah, we can force the user to do that. So the command, and then we need a name or something like that. So I can just force the user to do that again. And here I can just say something similar. So here, if the name is equal to clients, I do something else. If the name is equal to server, I do something else I throw an error by saying that, right? No name, like this. Okay, so if we want to build the client, we just do this, right? No big deal. If we just want to build the server, we do this, right? And I can compact this further. I just want to test it for now, the usability. Now if we want to run the client, we now need to first build it, and then we can have something like this, client run command. So we have a CMD, and the CMD is going to be actually super simple, because we just need to do that, right? So that's the entire command. Well, that's simple. And the same thing for the server in this case. So this is the run command, and here I just also need that for now. In the future, if we want to pass flags, we need to add them here, but it's not really needed at the moment. So here I can just execute a command, and the command I want to execute is the client run cmd, and here is the server run cmd. Okay, so now this should give us at least more flexibility. I need to include a cert first. Okay. And initialization. Oh, because, well, is it? So this is a, oh yeah, I actually need get, right? Because that's an array of caret, yeah, and this needs to return that. Cool. So what else? So yeah, result needs to be that. Okay. So if now I do just dir universe, this is going to complain unknown commands. Oh, actually, why did it? So it didn't. Oh, argc needs to, yeah, argc needs to go down and argv needs to go up. Okay. I need to rebuild it. Why is it? So this is array. That is very strange. What happens if I provide a command? Wait. Yeah, but that is consuming from here. This is just a pointer because it's an array of strings, and this is a pointer to an array of strings. Here I get a string, right? And here I get the next string from the array, right? And here I reduce the amount of strings. So this should work actually. It looks like this is not doing anything. So if I do this, okay, but what happens if I provide a command something like build? Yeah, it still complains, because of course that is very strange, to be honest. So shift args doesn't work what happens if I do something like this? So if I print that, what happens here? This is not what I want. Well, let me just do something like this. So that prints the universe. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. Here, I provide a pointer to argv, right? And argv, well, is it because I'm using this stuff, so I should use that? So maybe this dereferences after the increment or something like that, and it breaks it. Yeah, that was probably the issue. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. So yeah, we can just roll back. So we need always to be careful with dereferencing stuff in C. We already know how that works, right? Here I probably want to we can have like that. We can have it assert. Okay, so here now if I execute the universe.exe, this should probably give me a better error message, but that's not a big deal. Here I can pass build, okay, and then if I want to build, let's say, the client, this builds the client. Cool. If I want to build the server, this builds the server. Okay. If I want to run the server, this complains because dot is not recognized as an internal or external command. That's interesting. Yeah, it simply doesn't work. So this is probably to do something with Windows, I would suppose, because yeah, this I probably need to ditch this, to be honest. I probably need to ditch this and actually use the Windows stuff, right? So this is from Unistep, but then in that case, yeah, that's not what I want. It's just from GNU and POSIX. Okay, so I probably need to use the Windows thingy. Alright, so for now we are not going to support the run command. Yeah, we're just going to build, and here we are just going to say well, we can just say this. Okay, so yeah, we basically just build for now, and I need to take a look into that and see why specifically the run doesn't work with the system C standard function, right? But the build and the build basically works. So I can just say dear universe build client, and then I can run the client like so, and this should work exactly the same way. Okay, so that's more or less it, right? Yeah, so now that we are starting to ditch the C23 stuff, we can probably start working on configs, right? And I still don't know what kind of configs I want. I don't know if I want the .conf files or JSON or YAML or something like that. I know that I'm going to build a parsers from scratch, but I need to think about it, right? But yeah, that's everything for today. So thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.